That cookie in your hand holds 600 calories. To burn it off, you must run 55 minutes. 55 minutes of gasping, sweating, and pure suffering. All of that pain just for one tiny snack. And here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. You will never outrun a bad diet. Never. The math is completely, absolutely, devastatingly against you. But what if you could outsmart your metabolism instead? What if suffering was never the answer to begin? There is a smarter biological path to burning fat. Most people believe fitness means punishing your body daily. They think pain equals progress and suffering equals results. So they sprint until their lungs beg for mercy. They do burpees until their lungs beg for mercy. They suffer through brutal workouts 6 days every week. And 6 months later, they look exactly the same. The same belly, the same frustration, the same confusion. That is not a discipline problem. It is science. Your body is fighting back harder than you realize. And until you understand why, you'll keep losing. I spent years studying why hard work often fails. I found a walking protocol built around one truth. Fat loss is hormonal, not mechanical. Never forget that. It does not rely on burning maximum calories alone. It works by manipulating your insulin after every meal. It's a biological glitch hiding inside your metabolism, a glitch that bypasses your body's own defense systems, a glitch that melts belly fat without brutal effort. Give me your next 12 minutes, just 12 minutes. I'll save you 10 years of wasted cardio, 10 years of suffering that was never going to work. Let us start by understanding your belly's evil genius. Why does your face get lean before your belly? You diet for weeks and your cheekbones show up. Your arms shrink, your chest tightens. You feel progress, but that stubborn belly just sits there laughing at you. It's not because you're lazy or weak. It's a biological defense mechanism built for survival. Back in 1997, a researcher named Dr. Bouchard discovered something. Fat cells are not just passive bags of energy. They contain receptors, like tiny switches inside each cell. These switches tell each fat cell to stay or go. There are 2 types of receptors you must know. First, the beta receptors. Think of them as green lights. When adrenaline hits a beta receptor, fat gets released. That fat floods your bloodstream and gets burned as fuel. You have tons of beta receptors in your face, your arms, your chest, your shoulders are full of them. That's exactly why those areas always shrink first. Now, here comes the part that explains everything else. The second type of receptor is called the alpha receptor. Think of these as red lights, full stop, locked. When hormones hit an alpha receptor, the fat cell locks down. It refuses to release energy. It grabs on for dear life. Your belly fat has a dramatically higher ratio of these. Alpha receptors dominate the fat covering your abdominal region. Evolution placed them there to protect your vital organs. Your body genuinely wants to keep that belly fat. It sees it as emergency fuel for a future famine. And here is the trap almost every person falls into. When you do high-intensity cardio, like sprinting or CrossFit, your body immediately enters a full fight-or-flight state. It releases massive amounts of adrenaline and cortisol together. In your arms, adrenaline hits the green light receptors. You lose arm fat. That part works perfectly fine. But in your belly, that same adrenaline hits red lights. And cortisol makes everything dramatically, catastrophically worse. Chronically high cortisol has been directly linked to belly fat storage. Let that sink in for just 1 second longer. You're killing yourself in the gym every day, and your body is chemically signaling belly fat to stay.
You are literally working harder just to stay fatter. More suffering, more cortisol, more belly fat locked in place. This is the cycle that destroys people's motivation completely. They train hard, see no belly results, and quit. Then they blame themselves instead of blaming the science. But now you know the truth. It was never you. So how do we fix this? How do we escape? We need to move the body without stressing the body. We need a specific physiological state to unlock fat burning. That state is called the lipid oxidation zone. Remember it. To understand this zone, picture your body with two fuel tanks. Tank A is small and filled with rocket fuel. This is glycogen, which is your stored sugar supply. Your body uses this tank when you sprint or lift. It burns fast, it burns hot, it burns out quick. Tank B is a massive oil tanker ship full. This is your stored body fat, enormous, slow-burning, abundant. Your body prefers using Tank B for low-intensity tasks. Tasks that are slow, steady, and last a long time. A major meta-analysis from 2021 looked at 54 studies. The title was Slow and Steady or Hard and Fast. The conclusion was clear and it changes everything you knew. High-intensity cardio burns mostly sugar from Tank A. Low-intensity cardio burns mostly fat directly from Tank B. When you run, you burn the lunch you just ate. When you walk, you burn the fat on your hips. Your body does not care about your feelings or goals. It only cares about fuel efficiency. That is all. This is what scientists call the Zone 2 advantage. When you walk, your heart rate stays in a specific range, a range where you could still hold a real conversation. In this zone, cortisol stays completely, beautifully, powerfully low. Those alpha receptors on your belly never get triggered to lock. Fat oxidation hits 100%. Your belly starts releasing. The answer, as you may have already guessed, is walking. But before you roll your eyes and click away now, listen to me very carefully for just 60 more seconds. Simply strolling to the fridge does not count as walking. If that worked, the mailman would have the best abs. To get real, rapid fat loss results, you need structure. You need a protocol. You need specific rules to follow. But first, let us destroy the myth holding you back. I know what you were thinking right now. I do. Running burns twice the calories. Basic physics proves walking loses. A 30-minute run burns around 350 calories total. A 30-minute walk burns only around 150 calories. On paper, running wins easily. But humans are not spreadsheets. We are biological machines completely driven by hormonal signals. And there's a hunger hormone called ghrelin that changes everything. This brings us to what scientists call the compensatory effect. When you do high-intensity exercise, your body senses the deficit. It panics immediately and spikes your hunger hormones to maximum. So, you go for a run and burn 350 calories. You feel amazing, accomplished, proud. You shower and sit down. Then, 1 hour later, you are absolutely starving and desperate. You eat a bagel, maybe extra rice tonight, maybe both tonight. That bagel alone is 400 calories of pure storage. Congratulations, you suffered for 30 minutes to gain 50 calories. The run made things worse, not better, scientifically, factually worse. And it gets even more painful than just the bagel. High-intensity cardio makes your body physically, biologically exhausted afterward. After the run, you sit on the couch longer. You fidget less. You take the elevator instead of stairs. Your unconscious body conserves energy to compensate for the run. You did not just add calories, you subtracted movement all day. Walking does the exact opposite of every single thing above.
Walking is self-regulating. It does not spike ghrelin at all. It does not cause massive fatigue that shuts your day down. You can walk 60 minutes and burn 300 calories of pure fat. Your appetite stays completely stable. You feel energized, not depleted. You have no desire to reward yourself with extra food. Do that every single day, and the math becomes extraordinary. 60 minutes of walking burns 300 calories of fat daily. 7 days a week means 2,100 fat calories gone. That is nearly 2/3 of 1 pound of pure fat. Every single week, without destroying your joints, without burning out.
Over a full year, that is 31 pounds of fat. The runner quits after 3 weeks with sore knees. The walker finishes the year leaner than anyone at the gym. The tortoise always beats the hare. Science confirms it completely. Now, how do we build this into the fastest possible protocol? Most people get walking completely wrong. They ruin their own results. They try to hit 10,000 steps in one giant walk, a massive 2-hour slog at the end of their exhausting day. That is not the method. That is the hard way. We are going to use a method called insulin stacking. Here's why this changes everything about how you walk. Fat loss is completely impossible when your insulin levels are high. Insulin is your body's primary storage hormone. It locks fat in. Every time you eat, insulin spikes to store that incoming energy. We want to flip your body back to burn mode fast as biologically possible after every single meal you eat. Step 1 is called the postprandial trigger. Learn this rule forever. A study in the journal Diabetes Care found something remarkable. Walking for just 10 minutes immediately after eating a meal creates a massive improvement in blood sugar and insulin control, larger improvement than walking at any other time of day. So here's your new rule, simple, non-negotiable, life-changing. You will take 3 10-minute walks every single day. One immediately after breakfast, before you check your phone, go. One immediately after lunch, before you sit back down, go. One immediately after dinner, before the couch pulls you in, go. That is 30 total minutes of the most effective cardio possible. 3,000 steps without ever changing into gym clothes. Done. By doing this, you are blunting the insulin spike of every meal. You are forcing your body to use that food for movement instead of storing it directly as new belly fat every time. Step 2 is what I call the NEAT code. Pay attention. NEAT stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. Say that 5 times fast. It simply means the calories you burn just by living normally. Fidgeting, standing up, pacing, adjusting in your chair, small movements. Research shows the difference between lean people and overweight people is often not the gym. It is their NEAT levels. The variance between high NEAT and low NEAT individuals can be 2,000 calories daily. 2,000 calories without a single minute of formal exercise. Incredible. We need to turn you into what I call a NEAT freak. Here are 3 almost embarrassingly lazy hacks to get there. Hack number 1, the parking lot rule. This one is simple. Stop circling for the closest spot like it's a trophy. Park at the very back of every lot, every time. That single habit adds 400 extra steps per round trip. You also save time not circling. It's a pure win. Hack number 2, the pacer. This one is slightly ridiculous, but works. Never sit down while you are talking on the phone. The moment a call comes in, you stand up immediately. You pace around the room like a plotting movie villain. You will easily clock 1,000 steps on a 10-minute call. Hack number 3, kill the elevator. This one is non-negotiable for you. Unless you are heading to the 50th floor, take the stairs. Stair climbing burns calories at 3 times the rate of flat walking. Apply the postprandial trigger plus these 3 NEAT hacks consistently, and you will hit 8,000 to 10,000 steps almost accidentally every day. Now, here's the accelerator for the truly impatient among you. If you want a six-pack in weeks instead of months, you need to meet the undisputed king of fat loss walking, the incline. Walking uphill changes everything about this entire protocol. Biomechanically, walking at a steep incline doubles your metabolic demand completely, without the joint impact that running creates with every single stride. Your glutes and hamstrings have to fight gravity with every step. You might have seen the 12-3-30 trend blowing up online. Set your treadmill to a 12% incline, speed at 3, and walk for 30 minutes straight. It went viral for one reason. It actually, genuinely, measurably works for almost every body type. It burns nearly the same calories as a moderate jog, but keeps you entirely within that cortisol-safe fat oxidation zone.
However, I have to give you one critical warning right now. I see people doing this completely wrong every single day at the gym. Do not hold the handrails. Put your hands at your sides. The moment you grab those rails and lean your body back, you are cheating yourself out of every single benefit of incline. You are offloading the weight from your legs onto your arms. You are effectively turning a 12% incline into a 2% stroll. If you cannot do 12 without holding on, drop it to 8. Perfect form at 8 beats cheating form at 12 every single time. Add just 2 or 3 incline sessions per week to your routine. Your fat loss rate will go completely vertical. I promise you that. Now we need to have the most important conversation of all. The fun part is officially over. Time for some tough love. You can walk to the moon and cheerfully walk back. You can incline until your legs literally beg you to stop. You can hit 25,000 steps every single day of your life. But if your diet is a disaster, none of this matters. Remember that cookie from the very beginning of this video? It takes 60 minutes of walking to burn just 300 calories. It takes you 45 seconds to eat 300 calories of peanut butter. One modest frappuccino from a popular coffee chain holds 500 calories. That's 90 minutes of focused walking erased in under 5 minutes. You cannot outwalk the fork. It is biologically impossible. Accept it now. I see people use their step count as a food permission slip. They think they walked 10,000 steps, so the pizza is deserved. It is not deserved. That thinking is exactly why results never come. Here's how you need to reframe the entire relationship entirely. Use your diet to create the weight loss. That's the engine. Use the walking to amplify it and protect your metabolism long term. Think of your diet as the engine sitting inside the car. The walking is the turbocharger bolted onto the outside of that engine. The turbo makes everything go dramatically faster and more efficiently, yes, but if there's no fuel in the engine at all, the turbo spins helplessly in the wind and you go nowhere. You need to be in a slight caloric deficit every day, not a punishing one, not a starvation one, a sustainable one. Roughly 300 to 500 calories below your maintenance level. Combine that modest deficit with this walking protocol consistently every week. The fat will have absolutely nowhere left to hide from you. Let's now put everything together into one actionable 12-week roadmap. Weeks 1 through 4. This phase is called the warm-up. Do not try to force 10,000 steps from day 1.
Open your phone and check what your actual daily step average is. Then simply add 2,000 steps on top of that number. That is your only goal for the entire first 4 weeks. Focus purely on building the habit of post-meal walking first. Just get your body used to moving after every single meal. That one habit alone will transform your insulin sensitivity completely. Weeks 5 through 8. This phase is called the stack. Now we turn the heat up to a real level. Aim for a strict minimum of 8,000 steps every day. No exceptions, no excuses. Rain, shine, busy day, tired night, go. This is the phase where you add in all 3 neat hacks. Park far, take every staircase, pace on every phone call, always. Watch your energy levels rise as your body adapts to movement. Weeks 9 through 12. This is what I call God mode. You are hitting 10 to 12,000 steps every single day. You are adding 2 incline treadmill sessions into your weekly schedule. At this point, something interesting starts happening around you socially. Your friends and coworkers will start noticing something different about you. They will ask what you changed, what pill you were taking, what program, what trainer, what secret you suddenly discovered overnight. And you will smile, because the secret was always embarrassingly simple. We live in a world that sells suffering as the only path, that tells you if you were not dying, you were not working, that screams at you to push harder, suffer more, sacrifice everything. That is a lie built to sell you expensive gym memberships.
The most effective path forward is always the most sustainable one. Walking is the oldest, most natural human movement pattern in existence. It is precisely what your body was biologically designed to do daily. It clears your mind. It lowers your stress hormones naturally. It protects your joints instead of slowly grinding them into dust. And yes, it shreds belly fat better than almost any alternative. So here's the only challenge I want you to accept today. Do not worry about 12 weeks from now. Ignore 12 months. Just commit fully and completely to the next 7 days only. Track your steps starting tonight. Add those 3 10-minute post-meal walks. That's the entire assignment. Nothing else, just those 2 things. Come back to this in 7 days and notice what changed. Your energy will be noticeably higher than it has been recently. Your bloating will have dropped by a visible and measurable amount. Your pants will feel looser around the waist, I guarantee it. And that feeling, that small, real, undeniable result in 7 days, that is the fuel that builds the momentum that changes everything. Walking is not the boring option, it's the intelligent option. It's the option that works with your biology instead of against it. It's the option that sustainable, consistent, permanent fat loss is built on. Now stop reading, put your shoes on, go for a walk.